level.
Jen's a talented young freshman out of Illinois for the Badgers. I believe he was a Fargo All-American this past summer. It was a good way to close out his high school career.
Thomas 7-6 on the year from Novi, Michigan.
Thomas doing a good job here on the leg. Got to control the knee right here. Got to get his hand up, control the knee. Oh, it looks like Jens might have hurt his knee there. Sometimes you just tweak something or something pops in those positions.
Yeah, Jens got up and he was not ready to put any weight on that right foot. Now he's walking around a little bit.
Yeah, so Thomas, when they come back from this, Thomas is going to have choice because of the injury time. But yeah, Jens look like in that position sometimes you kind of, I don't want to call it a splits because he didn't go full splits or anything, but you got your legs straightened out like that and you kind of just, it'll just pop sometimes with all that tension there. Sometimes it's more scary than what it actually is, and this might have been one of those cases.
You can see Jens still out there. Coach, ever happened to you where you initially fear the worst and you wind up being able to go right back in there?
Yeah, it definitely does. It gets into your head for a second, and you think, you're like, oh my gosh, we're done for, and then you realize you were a little bit dramatic. It happens every now and then, but you kind of recognize it, and you just kind of, after the fact, it kind of goes through your mind pretty quick. At least in my experience, it's kind of out of your mind and gone. But you saw there, Thomas was able to start down, even though there's no takedown. That's a result of. In college, if there's an injury time, the other wrestler's going to get choice. And he goes down, is able to pick up and escape. So now he has a 1-0 lead here in the first period.
Now, Thomas will use that to his advantage. And with Jens, though, I mean, especially at this sport where you're going at it so ferociously, if you feel something go, it's probably good to better be safe than sorry at minimum.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jens trying to pressure hard with some underhooks here.
Ooh, up against that that screen again. Saw that earlier.
That screen's getting some action today.
Folks behind there better get ready to duck, almost like in basketball or
jumping over.
Yeah.
Quick shot off the whistle for Thomas. He does pick up 3. Nice double leg for Thomas. See if he commits to this ride. Looks like he's gonna kind of let Jens get that escape. Oh, that was beautiful by Thomas. Really great attack there.
Lightning quick shuffle around, and Thomas earned himself another takedown for his effort. Now leading by 6. Make it 5 with an escape.
Yeah, great start, though, for Thomas and the Spartans here in this match. Jens with a nice little snatch single.
Oh!
Back into the scoreboard.
I guess a visceral reaction, brother. You heard that boom from up here. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you absolutely did. It was kind of funny, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I guess it's funny because they're both from all right. Do you ever have a moment like that, though, where you can see their stuff right by the mat, and you're like, what are we doing here when this is so close?
Yeah, I've definitely been crashed into a few times being on the side of a mat. I've definitely been the crasher into person as well.
The crasher and the crashee, if you will.
Yes. Then you get hazard pay.
Well, suddenly you're looking to get crashed into.
Yeah, I think old Randy Farrell there at the scores table might be ready to take some workman's comp if they go over the table next time.
First period winding down, a couple seconds left, and Cory Thomas will enter the second with a 5-point advantage.
Yeah, really great job there in the first period by Thomas. Fired off a couple of attacks, scored on a couple of attacks. It's really all you can ask for. And now you just want to see him build on his lead, and if you're Wisconsin, you want to see Jens start to try and chip his way back into this match.
You got to think Roger Chandler going to be saying the same thing, Coach. Obviously still in a 16-point deficit right now, but you got the ringer Remy Cotton coming up next.
Yeah, Remy Cotton, a strong wrestler out of Michigan. Fun fact about him, our company, the Wisconsin Wrestle, WI Wrestle, we do an event called Who's the Big Cheese. It's like who's number one.
Yep.
Right? Who's number one for the country. We do a event called Who's the Big Cheese. Remy Cotton wrestled in our event, our first ever Who's the Big Cheese we did a few years back against Colmir Sola, who's currently at Penn State right now. So we had an all Big Ten matchup at our event. They were two of the best in the country at the time. Jens picks up a takedown here. A little tangent, a little sidebar tangent right there.
Oh, yeah, interesting stuff. It'll be fun to talk about Cotton next match. Still, you talk about, I mean, from the standpoint of Michigan State trying to get more points and maybe will their way back into it, give their ringer something to fight for. But quietly, Jens
working his
narrowing
way.
This deficit.
Yeah, he's working his way back into it. This is what you wanted to see. Just chip away, picks up a takedown. Now he's trailing by 4. Nice shot by Thomas. He's got to bring it up, bring the foot up, bring the foot up. He's just hanging out down there. He's going to let Jens going to score this. I think Thomas might be gassing out.
Jens, a 2-time state champion in high school, 4-time state medalist.
He's going to scoop that ankle, picked up the takedown. It was a great attack by Thomas, and he just kind of sat there down below. When you're on the leg right there, that's the last place you want to sit, is just with your head down, on your knees, on your elbows there. Gets the other guy a chance to work around and, and defend and score ultimately. Jens goes for a cradle. Thomas is able to look into it, pick up the reversal. Escape from Jens. There's a lot of action going on.
Oh, yeah. We got a good one on our hands here, Coach, heading to period number 3. And looking at Coach Bono right now, you'd think there'd be a thumbtack on his chair right now. He has lived running up and around this mat right now. You can tell that this entire Wisconsin staff is fired up about this one, watching their true freshman.
Absolutely. Coach Bono's like a little Energizer bunny in the corner sometimes. He doesn't sit still. He loves moving around. I love it. I find it thoroughly entertaining. He's passionate about his guys out there wrestling.
Cory Thomas, fellow freshman.
Thomas going to pick up near fall. Not what Jens wanted to mount that comeback. Now he's got to watch out for a tilt pin. Four near fall, picks up all the back points, does Thomas. He's going to extend his lead, but he's going to get warned for stalling, and Jens is going to pick up a point for that. Thomas just ran him straight out of bounds. You can't do that. You got to bring him back to the mat. He's going to be down by 5 is Jens. So even though he gave up 4 there, he's still in this. An escape. He's back to his feet. You can make things happen, but he's got to start with getting an escape. He's got to get it quick.
Real nice gesture from Cory Thomas. You mentioned, Coach, it felt like he was a little bit tired wrapping up that second period, but now he's came out in the third and has given Jens all he can handle.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just mental, right? Sometimes things aren't going your way. You start giving up a takedown or 2, and mentally you're thinking you're exhausted. Maybe he is, though, because he's 2 cautions now, right? Those are what you would call mental errors, as some coaches would call them. But sometimes it is mental, and you get tired, but then all of a sudden you start scoring points, and you're like, oh, I'm fresh, and you feel fresh again. And this could be one of those situations, but Jens is continuing to wrestle through this whole thing right now. Reversal for Jens, standing reversal. He's going to pick up 2.
Was hunting for the escape, wound up getting something even better, and now Jens just a takedown away with 1:20. Been awful high scoring so far, maybe the most fun match thus far.
Yeah, these guys are just, we have 27 points scored so far in this match. Jens is going to go with the cut. Trailing by 4 now, he's got to get busy. Cotton looks like he's leaning a little bit. Excuse me, Thomas looks like he was leaning a little bit.
1 minute remaining in the third period.
Jens needs to go high crotch here with that underhook or throw it by. See if he can't score from it. Re-attack there from Thomas, nothing yet. And he picks up a takedown, he's followed through. Oh, he's looking for a quick set of near fall, didn't get it, but did get the takedown, makes it 19-12.
Now the priority shifts. Thomas a chance to earn a major decision here.
Yeah, you'd have to cut takedown, though. It's crazy how the match can change so fast.
Yeah.
You go from maybe you're going to lose, now you could get a major decision. He's up by 7. He won't get it based off riding time, doesn't have enough time. A takedown here, though, for Thomas is going to give him a major decision.
Thomas struck first, Jens respond, but Thomas punched last. Both these folks are going to sleep well tonight, but Cory Thomas is going to sleep soundly knowing that he picked up a well-earned win.
Yeah, just a freshman. Great job by Thomas, just staying in it. You know, you give up some points, you score some points, but you stay in the fight the whole time.
Now we will head to the aforementioned Remy Cotton.